my beautiful diamonds, my TikToker SheilaTruelove here with you. And this morning I want to talk about how hard it is for a woman to submit to a man who has no plan. Whatever, child. I get so sick and tired of men constantly harping over this be submissive nonsense. You know, they never, ever, ever talk about, what is it? Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21, submit to one another, and I'm just so sick of it. And the thing is, you have a lot of these men who realize that women are audio, and they're starting to say the things that they know women want to hear. Derek Jackson, I rest my case, Jackson. This dude had me fooled, and I'm good, but he had me fooled. I was like, what? Man, if I found an older version of Derek Jackson, I would have been, I don't want to get married. I'm a part of the 4B. I would have came up out of the 4B movement for him, for something like him. And lo and behold, it was all a bunch of bullery, a bunch of pimp talk. Anyway, why some women struggle with submitting in relationships. Anytime you hear a man constantly talking about submit, that's an abusive man. Trust me. If he's not using the word submit, where we submit to one another, red flag, red light, run. Or when they come across, I'm an alpha male, run. Those are very abusive men who think they're hiding behind a mask. You ain't behind no mask with me, sweetheart. Go ahead and use that word submit and alpha and all that nonsense, whatever. Anyway, let me share this with you.
Remember, fellas, I don't think y'all really understand how hard it is for a woman to submit to a man with no plan. It is hard for a woman to submit to a man with no plan. Matter of fact, that's frightening. That is scary. That's equivalent to her being in the passenger seat and she's looking over and there's no driver. And now you mad at her because she's trying to grab the steering wheel. Who wants to crash and burn? Who? Nobody. That's why it's called submission. When a man knows his purpose, when a man knows his plans, when a man knows his mission, it's easy for a woman to rest in her feminine and to apply submission. I don't understand why y'all not getting that. Y'all are making this rocket science. Christ is first. The man is the head. If the body does not have a head, the body don't know where to go. Why are you not getting it, fellas? So if you don't know where you're going to be within the next year or 2 years from now, these women have a right to feel exactly how they feel right now. But the most ungodly, sad thing about this situation is that we have these borderline 40-year-old men or older not submitting to God, to Christ, but she'll submit to a 20 to 25-year-old podcaster telling you how to be a man. That stinks, fellas. That stinks. I'm telling you, some of y'all are just useless. About as useless as used toilet paper. Just useless. Fellas, I don't think y'all really understand how...
Well, he did bring a smile to my face, and I really appreciate the point that he brought out. You know, you got these men who want you to submit to them, but they don't submit to their head. Their head is Jesus Christ. How many men do you know that are willing to submit and follow the instructions of their leader and their head? And like he said, I don't know if you're familiar with the red pill. You know, the, what is this? Going our own way, men going their own way, whatever, child. They're willing to listen to these red pill podcasters and men going their own way, but they won't listen and submit to Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ is telling them exactly how they are supposed to treat their partners. And they don't want to hear it. And when you look at that word submission, you see there's a mission. What mission is your partner on so you sub is get up under? I could get up under your mission and you're going to get up under mine. Because I have goals and I have dreams too. Are you willing to submit to me from time to time? They never bring up the point about Abraham when God told Abraham, sit back, fall back. Listen to your wife, Sarah. Shh. Listen to your wife. You see how it was time for Abraham to submit. Why would I submit to you in certain areas when I'm more qualified, I'm more knowledgeable than you? It's time for you to sit down, get out your pen and your pad and take some notes, or let me take charge in this area because I'm more qualified. I'm a little more skilled in this area. You know what I mean? Let me read some of the comments here. Ooh, boop, boop, boop. Hold on, darlings. Here it says, speak, brother. No one wants to be walked down a dark alley and left there stranded. Another one's person says, but he wants to submit to my plans for my life that I didn't invite him to because he doesn't have a plan. I'm done with these clowns. Okay. Another one says, I'm attracted to men that can lead. I can never find one in today's world. I keep meeting men that get intimidated by my success and try to put me down to make themselves feel good. That's not a man. You have some people in life who, everyone was not born to be a leader. Some people are born to be followers. In fact, I'm a follower too. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm always a disciple. You can never be an amazing leader if you don't know how to follow. I know how to follow, but I know who to follow. But you have a lot of women in this world who they have to have someone to submit to. They have to have someone to tell them what to do. They're not good with making life's decisions on their own. That word submit, it means obedient. It's the same thing as if it's saying be obedient to your parent. That's why it don't sit well with me. Now, I am a team player. I've always been a team player. But at the same time, I choose to be alone, fly solo, if you will, because it's easier. It's just, I don't want to have to revert back to being a child, where he gets to tell you what you can do, what you can't do, what he won't put up with. And then when you try to clock him, he's like, well, I'm a man. I don't report to no woman. What? Let me read some more of these. The poorest man, amen. The poorest man, it's not the man who does not have a penny to his name, but the man who has no hopes, no dreams, no plans for his future. And yet he wants you to submit to him. Okay. Amen, sir. So mature. Speak it, sir. Okay, whatever, people. Do you read your stuff before you post? God. That's one of my pet peeves. We can live with pet peeves, but then there's deal breakers. But it's a pet peeve when you're going to post something, read it before you post it so it can make sense. Can't stand mentally lazy people. But they don't grasp their role and get in order. The body is following the wrong head. Okay, that's a point. Give us something to submit to, because we're not submitting to nothing or committing to nothing. But anyway, there you have it. What do you want these women to submit to? And you better believe you're going to submit to me too. It's a two-way street, sweetheart. This is not all. And then a lot of the times, men make decisions not to benefit the both of you. He's making decisions to make sure everything benefits him. He's going to make the come up. And once he makes that come up, you know where he's going. To the woman that he really wanted. He's leaving you, the placeholder, the one he used to step on to get to where he wants to go. It's never about what's benefiting us. It's about what's benefiting him. So be careful, ladies. Like I said, women could put an end to it. Just leave the men alone. I say build sisterhoods in your community. And work on the Delaney sister lifestyle. The reason why I like that so much is because of how old they got to be. And they looked amazing, 104 and 109. They didn't have no man in their house. They lived a very happy, fulfilling life. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.